This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
Welcome to KPVM TV and News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It is Thursday, March 30th.
Well, murder suspect makes his appearance in court today. Several big cases were heard before Judge Kim Wonker. Jacob Hoodie, who is accused of using an AR-15 to shoot a man and his son at a trailer on Basin Avenue, is going to be evaluated mentally to see if he is fit to face charges in this case. Moses Jacob Hoodie made a court appearance today in front of District Court Judge Kim Wonker, represented by Public Defender Kelly Blatnick. 26-year-old is accused of the shooting death of 69-year-old Kenny Bent and shooting of Bent's 41-year-old son, Shallon Bent, on February 21st at Kenny's Pahrump home on Basin Avenue. Hoodie allegedly shot and killed Kenny Bent and then shot Shallon before Shallon could get away, dragging himself down the roadway to safety, calling for police to respond. The father and son reportedly attempted to stop the defendant from taking his own life that night when the shooting occurred, according to police. Hoodie was staying with the father and son and was depressed, according to the Nye County Sheriff's Office police report. Today, at his arraignment, attorney Blatnick asked Judge Wonker about his fitness to face charges, which are open murder, attempted murder, and battery with a deadly weapon.
And I have grave concerns regarding my client's ability to assist in the defense in this matter and request that he have psychiatric evaluations in order to assure there is competency. And I have prepared proposed orders suspending proceedings for psychiatric evaluations. My understanding is I've shown them to Mr. Young and he's approved them, and I would like to submit them to the court. And I also understand the court requires arraignment prior to signing these orders, and if that is the case, we are prepared to proceed forward with arraignment so that you have jurisdiction so that we can get Mr. Hoodie properly evaluated.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know, if he doesn't have mental competency, I don't know how I can arraign it.
That was my issue, why I thought it was odd that I was told that you had to arraign. I said, how can someone be arraigned if they don't have competency to arraign?
Judge Wonker decided that she would order a psychiatric mental health evaluation on the defendant as requested by his attorney, and the case would return for a status check in 45 days.
A two-vehicle crash causes traffic to be diverted on Highway 160 just south of Matthew Lane as troopers with Nevada State Police investigate the cause of that crash, which injured at least one person.
Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of a two-vehicle crash that occurred on Wednesday afternoon on Highway 160 just south of Matthew Lane. Involved was an SUV and a pickup truck. One person was transported by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Ground Ambulance to Desert View Hospital with injuries sustained as a result of this crash. The other occupant declined to be transported at the time of the crash. Traffic was diverted around the scene during the investigation and cleanup. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and auxiliary units also arrived on scene to assist with the crash scene and cleanup. Well, the Nye County Commissioners heard from the Nye County Treasurer for the approval of return of the sale that was granted for properties that did not sell during the online trust auction held February 28th through March 5th of this year.
So we did a trust property auction for February online. We offered 30 parcels that hadn't been sold. They were offered in live auctions prior and had basically been sitting in trust, some as long as 2003, 2004. Out of the 30 parcels sold, actually all 30 had sold, but one person didn't pay. A total of 22 out of the 30 actually did sell and pay. With that offered $53,202 back to the county in prior owed taxes and penalties. The $500 retained deposit from the person that didn't pay, we keep that for not paying. $6,707 will go to the county immediately for excess proceeds. We'll hold $10,216 remaining for the year that the prior owners could claim. After the 1 year, that'll be moved to the general fund.
And I will call for the vote at this time.
Aye.
Aye.
Carboni, aye.
DeBoer's aye.
Boscovich, aye.
Passes 5-0. Thank you again very much. Have a nice day. I know you have a lot of work ahead of you.
Well, raising money for a local elementary turns out will be a cakewalk. There will be a decorated cake contest for kids coming up on April 8th at the Moose Lodge. The auction proceeds will benefit J.G. Johnson Elementary School Coalition. And anyone can donate cash, bake a cake, or any other dessert that can be auctioned. And you can also donate a business coupon to provide a free service. News 25 caught up with Leslie Melinda, who explains more about this awesome and sweet upcoming event.
I'm having a cake auction for J.G. Johnson Elementary School for their 4th grade cotillion. So what it is it teaches proper etiquette to the 4th graders, proper etiquette and manners. So it's going to teach them how to cut their meat, pull out chairs, you know, any kind of respect and manners, you know, because all these people are saying that kids nowadays, they have no respect and manners. Well, this is teaching them that, and they're also going to do ballroom dancing. They need their dresses, and the boys need their outfits, you know, tuxedos and shoes. So I need to raise $2,500 to pay for these outfits. Her name is Sharon Crisp. This is her platform for Miss Senior Golden Years. So this is what she does, and this is why we are raising money for her. The cotillion is April 22nd. She is teaching them the manners and the dancing right now. So it's called a cake auction. But it can be any kind of dessert, but it doesn't even have to be a dessert. If you're a painter, if you have like a dog grooming business, if you have a hair cutting business, you can donate maybe a gift certificate to get your dog groomed. It doesn't have to be a dessert. We're just calling it a cake auction, but it's actually anything. They can call 775-537-3855 or actually text it first, because you know there's a lot of scam calls, and just let us know, and then we can give you the information from there. My name is Leslie, and I'm the one basically heading this. My mom's kind of just in the background, but this is my thing that I decided to do to help raise the $2,500 for the kids. The auction is going to be April 8th at 6 p.m. at the Moose Lodge. It is open to the public. Come by the Moose Lodge. I need donations, and I need people to actually show up at the Moose Lodge too. For the live auction, yes, right? For the live auction. We're accepting cash, checks, and if you don't want to bring cash, you can bring your debit card. The Moose Lodge is located on 2nd Street in Pahrump. 775-537-3855.
And that cotillion is going to be wonderful. They're also raising money, and they need donations for suits and dresses for everyone participating. So if you'd like to donate a dress or a suit for those attending the cotillion, make sure that you give them a call at 775-537-3855.
We're going to tell you about an event that has all sorts of Hispanic food right after this break.
We'll be right back.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, the church in Pahrump called The Vine is holding their Spring Fling Festival this Saturday. Julio Diaz stopped by to tell us all about it.
So The Vine, we actually got started at our location 2 years ago, a little bit over 2 years ago. Since we started there, we've seen God give growth, God bring back people to the church. We've gotten involved with the community. We've reached out to our friends, our neighbors, and we've seen how God is just doing great things in Pahrump. And so we're trying to reach out even more to the church. Our vision is reach, restore, and send. So we're trying to reach out to the community, restore them to God's principles, and send them out with a renewed purpose. So for the past 2 years, we've been selling tacos at the Fall Festival, and people love our tacos. Our lines are usually extremely long.
Yeah.
And so people kept asking me to sell tacos year round, but I told them, well, maybe we can do one event throughout the year to get your taco craving out. And so by popular demand, we're going to do this spring festival, and we want to invite everybody to come out. In addition to the tacos, we'll be selling also quesabirrias, aguas frescas, ceviche. We'll be having some snacks, some desserts. So it's going to be all great stuff, all prepared there, all prepared fresh. So we want to invite everybody to come out and have a great time. Yes, this is a fundraiser. We're going to be, all the proceeds, we're actually renovating our lobby. So we're in the process of fixing our lobby. And in addition to that, we also use some of the funds for our outreach and social assistance. This past year, we gave away backpacks to the community. And this year, we want to follow up with that with backpacks. And in addition to that, we want to give out, do a turkey drive to also help the community out during the Thanksgiving season. We're located at 1730 North David Street. Yeah, we're having some music play out through our sound system. We're also going to be having jumpers and face painting for the kids. In addition, we're also going to have one of our community lawyers that reached out to us and said that he was willing to come out and have a free Ask an Attorney session. So we're going to have plenty of things for you and your family to do and have a great time while you're there. Correct. It's going to be a family-friendly environment. It's going to be a great time. We want everybody to come out, enjoy some good food, enjoy a good time. And we're going to keep doing this, and hopefully next year it'll be bigger and better. Yeah, definitely. They can always donate a little bit more if they're willing to. We have they can give online, they can give by text. We have those capabilities available if there's any people that are willing to give a little bit more.
And now reporter Nancy Burns from KCLV TV Channel 2 produced this segment about a new dedicated 988 suicide and crisis hotline.
I was in crisis, and so I finally got the courage up to ask for help. And when I dialed the numbers that I was given, I was transferred 3 or 4 times. And the last time I was transferred, I was put on hold for 15 to 20 minutes. So I finally hung up.
So at that critical time, when he gathered the strength to reach out, he found no one at the other end of the line.
After being transferred 3 or 4 times and put on hold, I felt that I didn't matter.
Fortunately, Michael didn't do anything drastic. He continued to struggle, but he managed to reach out again a couple of years later. Many don't try again. To make sure anyone who wants help finds it, in 2005, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline was developed, providing trained counselors 24 hours a day, every day. 1-800-273-TALK. And now to make that help even more easily accessible, in July 2022, a 3-digit number was launched that now can connect you. 988.
It's 3 digits, like you said, 988, which is much easier to remember than the 10-digit that we had prior to. Although that 10-digit number is still in effect. So if somebody does call that 10-digit number, they will still be able to receive assistance.
Michelle Freeman says it not only assures there's always someone there in a crisis, the number is easy to remember and keeps 911 clear for police, fire, and ambulance calls.
We want to preserve 911. We want to preserve it for first responder emergency calls. So what I mean by that is for fire, police, ambulance, we want to preserve 911 for that. And if somebody is having, whether it's a suicide crisis and or mental health crisis, we want them to be able to call 988. It's easy to remember. Other people can call. It doesn't have to be the person in crisis. And it's very easy to go ahead and get somebody on the other end of the phone so that they'll be able to get the assistance that they need.
The 988 line is not only easier to use, it's confidential. And that is something especially important to one large segment of our population, first responders. Michael has worked in fire and rescue for more than 30 years.
We're the people that people call for help, right? And we're really good at helping others, but we're very bad at helping ourselves. When someone's in crisis, they don't know where to go. They don't know how to ask for help. And I think that's the biggest thing about the stigma of asking for help, is that they don't want to be considered weak.
Both Michael and Michelle say, if in need, please put that stigma aside. Asking for help is anything but weak.
Calling and reaching out to people when in need is a sign of strength. So many of us feel like it's a sign of weakness, and culturally, that's some of the things that we've learned over the years. However, we're looking to smash that stigma. We're looking to change the culture.
All right. Well, you know what? It is Doctor's Day, and we're going to tell you all about ways to celebrate, and a special doctor right after this break.
All right.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, today is Doctor's Day, which is a day dedicated to all the incredible doctors out there who help treat people in need and save lives. And of course, many of them have inspiring stories, like Dr. Carl Allenby with Cleveland Clinic, who became a physician at 51 years old.
Dr. Carl Allenby, who is an emergency medicine physician for Cleveland Clinic, is proof it's never too late to pursue your dreams.
Before I became a physician, I was actually an auto mechanic and also a business owner.
But at 38 years old, after going back to college to earn his business degree, he decided it was time to switch gears.
And it was during the course of that educational endeavor that I was forced to take a biology course that reminded me of a lot of the childhood ambitions that I had to become a doctor.
From there, his dream was reignited, and he began studying pre-med.
Usually it takes about 4 years to finish pre-med courses. It took me 5, just because I had to, work and provide for a family and be almost a full-time student.
And while it was hard work, his dedication never wavered. Neither did the support of his family.
My wife has been a really great supporter of mine.
Then in 2019, Carl Allenby officially became a doctor. He was the oldest person in his graduating class.
Being able to make this transition later in life and live out my dream that I had as a child, it was just a very incredible, phenomenal day.
The now 51-year-old spends his days treating patients in the emergency department and believes his background in the auto industry has really helped.
A lot of what I do in the emergency department is customer relations.
As for advice to others, he says anything is possible if you just believe.
I would say believe in yourself, and you'll be surprised of what you can accomplish.
For Cleveland Clinic, I'm Brittany Harris.
Well, now that Dr. Allenby has achieved his dream of becoming a physician, he has found another passion to pursue in his off time, mastering the piano. He jokes that he would love to play at Severance Hall in Cleveland someday.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Please be careful out there on the roadways. We have scattered storm clouds, scattered showers, and even some snow flurries at the top of the hill. We'll be right back with your weather.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on that local BTV app, the app you need on your phone in 2023. If you don't have the app, you can't win the prize. Fernley, 51 degrees, 53 out there in Fallon. Carson City saw 45. Seems a little cold, but not as bad as Tonopah. 43 degrees. You're the Cool Spot Award winner. Congratulations. 45 in Goldfield. Beatty saw all the way up to 55 degrees. 58 in Amargosa makes you the hot spot. Vegas feeling comfortable at 55, and out in Death Valley, pretty reasonable, 69 degrees here in the Paradise of Pahrump. Let's take a look at our current temperature, 53 degrees. That's all we got, but it was just a little bit shy of today's high mark, 54. Humidity at 37%. Yeah, we had some rain. We had some schmutz blowing at us a little bit sideways, 7 miles per hour out of the southwest where the winds, and the sun rose this morning at 6:33 in all its glory, hope, and promise. All hope is extinguished tonight, promptly at 7:04 as the sun goes down and under clear skies. Beautiful star watching tonight. We'll head for a low of 37 degrees. Boy, that humidity's up to 54%. Normally we'd see clouds tomorrow, but behold, sunshine, 3 days of it. Very, very nice. Temperatures getting all the way up to 73 degrees by Sunday. Winds kicking up a little bit, blowing in some clouds on Monday, and we'll see a little bit of rain action on Monday with those winds continuing to the tune of 22 miles per hour. Things calming down a little bit as the week expires, and temperatures rising up from the mid-50s all the way up to 61 in the extended forecast. We're heading for 70s oh so shortly. It's almost summer and it's almost here. Look forward to it, but it's going to be a gorgeous weekend, so enjoy that. And back to the desk, here's Deanna.
I got to tell you, I'm excited for the temperatures over the weekend. At least it comes out
73 Sunday. Yes, you promised, John. We'll see. All right, but then that 20-degree drop.
There you go. Well, at least, you know, we're going to have the summer. It's going to come.
Maybe.
I'm not so excited to see it right now, so I'm kind of loving this. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and 8th Country Radio, we'll see you next newscast.
Good night.
Good night.